Hey, how's it going, people? It is the Hoff here, and today we're going to be checking out my pool table, which I don't see many videos on these pool tables on the internet. So this one is from Spencer Marston. I got it from pooltables.com out of Atlanta because I live in Georgia. So that's the location that it went to. And then they have a separate, what they call white glove installer, do the install. Now, this table here is their Manhattan table. So it's got nice black finish, the white diamonds here. And then I did the upgrade. So with the upgrade, you get the Q rack there to hold, and then you get the nice wooden racks versus the cheaper plastic for 8-ball and 9-ball. And then you do get a set of Spencer Marston balls, but I didn't want to use them on this felt because I got the, what they call it, Simonis 860 felt, the ones that they use in the tournament. And I was looking at lighter colors, but they didn't have lighter colors in stock at the time for whatever reason. So I went with the charcoal here, and then they do provide chalk as well, but the chalk they provide is the standard blue chalk, which doesn't really go with the color of the cloth if chalk gets on the cloth. So they provided a charcoal chalk that won't transfer as much and blend in. And then I upgraded to the Aramith balls, and I gave a neighbor that has a cheaper table in their garage the Spencer Marston balls as well as the blue chalk. And so we're using the black edition tournament balls where they have the black and black around the lettering there, which looks very nice. I gave the kids the option of the regular colors in the TV tournament balls or the black edition, and they chose the black edition. And then you get the brushes here. So this brush, you get this brush. It says this, which I'm not really sure. It says like a golf game, assuming that's what this might be. A dot, which we're not going to use. And then this kit, which looks to have some more tips on it and the ability to change out the tips if you break it. And then the 2 chalk holders. That's what they gave me for the chalk down there and the chalk holders. So that's basically what you get with this set. Now I will say the table dimensions seem to be on par with like a diamond table, and my white glove installer, just to let you all know, a lot of people are like snobs when it comes to playing pool, and the white glove installers that came here told me they do not really like working on a diamond table. So I have no idea why. Didn't really ask. I didn't have the time. I'm trying chilling with family and stuff. But yeah, they just don't like working on a diamond table quite as much. And they seem to like these tables. Now, that could be just because I bought this table, which was about half the price of a diamond. It's like, I can't remember, it was like 36, almost 4,000, somewhere up there for a 9-foot table. And it has a 1-inch slate. And as far as dimensions, I mean, it looks spot on to what you'd have at any tournament table. And you get all of the nice features, the rack, I don't think the pocket sizes are too big, but I could be wrong. Gotta measure So I gotta measure. I'll look it up and measure, and I'll put it down in the comments below if they are. But as far as I know, 2 balls shouldn't just fall in, and as long as they're directly side by side, they are pretty snug side by side. But then you can force one in if you're just pushing on one. What else? There's one inch slate, so that's really imperative to having a really nice pool table. And then the installers will do the felt and everything. And with pooltables.com, you have choices of felt, but just so you all are aware, you have to request the Simoneth, I believe is how it's pronounced, cloth. So they'll have like a championship cloth and a basic cloth, and those 2 different cloths are just kind of basic to me. They're not anything like this, and if you really want to have the best of the best for the cloth and the balls, then like this is spot on. And then it's just a matter of the table quality, which it seems pretty damn good to me. I mean, I'm no professional player by any means, but just messing around with it for the few days that we've had it has been phenomenal. I have 0 issues. Everything looks damn good. I mean, they didn't have to do, they did a lot of leveling on it, making sure that things were nice, but it wasn't like absurd, and everything flows and plays as it should. I don't think there's anything, any major issues that I've seen. So if you're really concerned with why a diamond costs so much more than this, I mean, from my understanding, diamond will give you options that you won't have here for like ball returns. But apart from that, every option you have on this table versus diamond, besides a ball return, which would return all the balls down to one side, and then that's the side you rack from, and then break on the other side. That's kind of it. There's not really any other options. I mean, this one has nice like hard leather pockets, and it's got stoppers right here, so it's not going and hitting into these hard leather pockets down here. Plus, these pockets haven't had any issues where I'd see that it's going to be that bad over time. And they do recommend for all of these pockets that you don't keep the balls in the pockets for long periods of time. So like you're playing around, that's fine. But if you're gonna stop and go do something else for a few hours, or you're probably not gonna play it overnight, then take the balls out of the pockets. And my son just loves to have them racked up. Doesn't always he just puts them in the rack and doesn't always try to put them exactly. So when he goes to play, that's when he starts swapping stuff around in the order it should be, and tries to get everything completely set up for play. But that is here nor there. See, I'm not even getting it right, I'm sure, because it has been a while for me setting this up. But he always likes to leave it up there all nice and neat. And the brushes, I will say the quality of the brushes, they seem really good and they feel really good. But then I brush, and as you see, right there's a piece that just came off the brush. So I don't know if it's just how I'm brushing, but to me, that is annoying, and I will probably be looking for a better brush. I don't want the stuff, all of the bristles coming off the brush. And then the other thing is, depending on the color you get for your table, you don't want direct sunlight coming in on it. So I will be using a ceramic tint that I have left over from my cars and tinting both windows just so it's a little bit darker and it's preventing some of that coming in and hitting the table, as you can see it does now. But I do have Philips Hue bright lights, and if you're curious about the light fixtures here, this is a Z light, if I'm not mistaken, and it is like the only one I've seen that has a pole for lights over a pool table, and it has poles so you can have it lower, and I got one more attachment, or you can raise it up and has a few attachments. It does swing and move, but it's nowhere near as bad as a chain, especially a chain on both sides. And I do have kids that if it was a chain, they'd be whacking it all over the place. And that is definitely not something I wanted. So I went with a pole, and I might even see about putting something around the pole so it is less likely to even move around, because they've had hit it once, because my daughter has a bad tendency of not following through and lifting up her stick and exaggerating the lift, and she's hit the lights. But these are Philips Hue. They are colored. I don't really change the color, but they're 1100 lumens, so it's pretty darn bright. And I can do a white, or I can leave it with this yellowish white and be good to go. If you guys have any other questions when it comes to this pool table, by all means, put it in the comments below, and I will answer any and all of your questions. But as of now, it has been delivered in December of 2022 or 2023. So I will speak to the longevity of it if you guys ask those questions over time, so I can give you updates on how things are. And I told the kids, and we're not trying to abuse or do anything to the table. I mean, I bought a $600 Q-Tech cue for myself, and then let my wife pick out a cue, and then I got another cue for her in a color that she likes. So we have different cues that are nice, and then we use the house cues for breaking that came with the table. So that should all be good to go. And I'm glad you guys are here and watching and enjoying this experience with me of this great pool table for me and my friends and my family. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that like. If you're not subscribed, it does help the channel when you subscribe, so I can bring you way more content, because as you see, my basement is getting finished. We're getting really close. We got trim that should hopefully be here this week, so they can get that painted. Then they're gonna work on the steps and the bathroom. And I have updates for the home theater room. We don't have the doors, but everything is primarily up. I'm just waiting on a projector swap, because I had an issue with a projector, actually 2 projectors now, having to go back. So I'll speak to that in those videos. Thank you guys. See you next time.